Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Primetime Local News. Jasmine King joined here with Abby St. John, and we're going to have all your local news, weather, and sports, including something about Burgers to Beat MS Day today, which actually is about our question as well as what is one perfect side for a burger?
I always typically go with the fries, or if they have yam fries, I definitely go with that because nothing beats yam fries, and the occasional onion rings.
Yeah, I feel like onion rings at the right place can be good, but one person who wasn't really by burgers today was Eric Bay, who was on location earlier today.
Thanks, guys. Well, today we are in the town of St. Walburg, and while it is known for its chuck wagons, it's also known for something else, and that is the town's blueberries. And the 31st St. Walburg Blueberry Fest will be taking place here this Friday and Saturday, and today we'll be taking a look at everything that you can look forward to, all different the events they have going on Saturday, as well as the vendors to check out, and also what they have to kick everything off there Friday evening. So we're going to have some more from back here about all that, but before we get to that, we'll head back into the studio and take a look at your local news.
Thanks, Eric. Well, eating a burger can go towards a good cause today, as it is A&W's Burgers to Beat MS Day, where they raise money for the MS Society of Canada. Our Jasmine King has more.
Burgers to Beat MS has been running for the past 11 years, where the event helps raise money for finding a cure for the disease, as well as raising awareness.
Today is Burgers to Beat MS at the A&W, and so for every $2, for every teen burger that's sold, will go $2 to the MS Society of Canada.
MS affects around 77,000 people in Canada. Having this event every year helps people who are affected by the disease to know that people out there care and want to help them.
I have MS. It means that hopefully the money will produce eventually a cure, or at least everybody in remission. And it may not be in my time, but I'm hoping that the young people won't have to suffer as much as some of the older people.
The supervisor of Cornerstone A&W has been a part of the event for the past 3 years and is always surprised by how much the community steps up to support them.
I like the community, how they help those people who are affecting with this disease. So I like the way how people support us, how people support A&W for this one. If you buy a teen burger, the $2 goes to MS patients.
Halfway throughout the day, the store had already raised close to $3,000, a figure which shows just how much Border City residents support charitable causes around the community.
Well, I think it's really great to see the community come forward. People often ask for donations, and this is just a way to contribute as well as enjoy a lunch and or supper, because this will run on all day. So if the opportunity comes up, please take some time and stop by A&W and grab a teen burger.
Johnson, who has been diagnosed with MS since 2002, looks at the support this event gets and keeps one thing in mind.
That there's hope. We all hope. Anybody that has MS or is involved with someone with MS and the general public, it just means hope.
Jasmine King, Primetime Local News.
A local florist ensures customers get what they're looking for by making unique flower arrangements. Eric Bay has more on Art of Flowers in this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Owner Kelly Lynn Joy says that no two arrangements are alike at Art of Flowers, which is important to customers when they step foot in her shop.
You just pick whichever flowers, and we do a lot of that. We do have a website where you can pick certain arrangements, but we kind of pride ourselves on being just cutting edge unique. We have a lot of customers who have specific flowers that they like, and we always try and make sure that we have those, and we make them the way that they tend to like them. And they always call us because they know we're going to do it a little bit different every time. It's not going to be the same.
Art of Flowers has also branched out from flowers, carrying a wide variety of items for different occasions.
We have a lot of baby stuff. We have a lot of you have to have a good sense of hee-haw for some of the things that I do have in here. We have some unusual mugs with some really cool sayings on them, funny sayings. We also have some really sentimental ones. We have a lot of angels in stock. We have a lot of solar things that are in stock. They're kind of cute and unusual.
Joy says that creating designs that customers enjoy is the best part of her job.
This business has probably been in place about 25 years, I believe. So I've owned it for the past 6. I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy dealing with the customers mostly.
More on the services Art of Flowers provides can be found at their website. And that's this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Business Bio, brought to you by BioClean. Call the Bio Team, 1-833-246-8326. The Disaster Specialists.
What was once an empty space behind Mother Teresa Early Education Center is currently being transformed into a hands-on outdoor learning space. After years of fundraising, ground broke over the summer on the outdoor learning space behind Mother Teresa Early Education Center, but due to weather, the construction is behind schedule.
We were hoping to be able to unveil the space here for the first day of school, really, so that the kids could use it. But it's been weather-wise a challenging summer, so we're a little behind. So our hope is here that we'll have it ready to go for the end of September. But we'll have to kind of see what happens with the weather.
The space includes a garden that's growing pumpkins, a music wall, a truck garage, and a sand pit, and there will also be a teepee put in place as part of their Aboriginal component. This outdoor space is very important to the school because it adds to the students' early learning.
Really experience the outdoors as much as possible, and this way we can take the learning from inside our building, extend it to the outdoors, and make it just a natural integration into their day to spend time out in nature and be learning inside the confines of the four walls of our school as well.
The parents and students played a huge part in making the outdoor space possible through fundraising and planning.
Really involved in the development of the project. The children did as well, so it had meaning for them. There was a lot of inquiry learning that happened around the creation of this space. The kids even had some input in what types of things they thought would be important for them to have in the space.
Yerke and the rest of the school is very grateful for the help they have received throughout the years to make this space possible. Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here in St. Walburg, and we're talking about the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest coming up here this weekend. And Jana Rutherford joins me now. And so first off, I know you guys have stuff kicking off here Friday evening. So can you tell us what you have going on there?
Friday night we have an ethnic supper. We have 2 seatings for that, and then we have a dance that evening just to start everything off because we already have campers here now. And then Saturday we kind of start off everything with a pancake breakfast with our school SRC. And then all the vendors start selling at 9 a.m. and they go till 4. And then during that time we have live entertainment all day long. We have a dunk tank that the fire department's doing just to raise money and raffle off some bikes. And then we have the car show and shine, and what else do we have? We have the old machinery demos and the blacksmithing demonstration, sorry. And then the museums are opened up. And then there's pie all day for sale and blueberry tea and lots of food vendors.
And now we did mention that ethnic supper Friday. Can you tell us a little bit what's going to be served there, or is that still being kept under wraps?
Well, that's under wraps, I guess. It's whoever comes and what they serve. And they have a 5 o'clock and a 6:15 seating for that, and that's just down the end of Main Street at the Parish Center.
All right, no, definitely can keep that under wraps. Thank you for this. We are going to have some more back from here as we continue to go into what will be going on here in St. Walburg for the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest. And again, more on what's coming up on here on Saturday as we do get into that. But before we get to that, we'll head back into the studio.
Some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings issued through some parts of Alberta and Saskatchewan for this afternoon. Areas east of Lloydminster, so places southeast of North Battleford as well, near Big River, Saskatchewan too. Lloydminster, we did not see any severe weather through the region. That is going to remain in through Saskatchewan for tonight, as they are seeing temperatures into the mid and high 20s. Lloydminster, we will see the skies clear throughout the overnight. However, there are also severe thunderstorm watches in western Alberta, so near Rocky Mountain House for this afternoon. Nothing severe in Lloydminster. We just saw some storms through the overnight and again some showers continuing through the afternoon today. You can see on the satellite radar map how big that area of showers and storms is. So that's moving in towards the east. Lloydminster, some showers through the afternoon, and as I mentioned, that will continue to clear out as we head through the evening hours, and some pretty big storms as you move southeast of North Battleford, especially and southeast of Saskatoon as well through the afternoon today and the evening hours. And looking at temperatures for the overnight, so skies are going to clear and it will be a chilly start to the morning as well. So mostly clear skies through all regions. 5 degrees in Murnum and Paradise Hill, 9 degrees in Isle Lacrosse, 6 in Pierceland, 6 in Unity, 5 in Wainwright, 6 in Meadow Lake, 6 Bonnyville, and 6 degrees in Provost and clear skies. So looking at your 3-day forecast now, we will start the day in Lloydminster at 5 degrees on your Friday. Daytime highs reaching 20, southeast winds 20 to 25 kilometers an hour. Should be just a mix of sun and cloud, 40% chance of an overnight storm, 21 Saturday and 19 on Sunday.
Welcome back. Well, Lakeland College has received funding from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Council of Canada's Applied Research Grant. Eric Bay has more on how the money will be used to further the college's agronomic research in this week's Ag Report.
Lakeland has received a $150,000 grant, which along with another $100,000 from the school will go towards a specialized small plot research combine, improving the school's efficiency.
So currently we're running a circa 1980s plot combine, which has served us well, but we've grown to the point where we need something that will increase our research efficiency. So what this new plot combine will give us is increased horsepower, and it has some very specialized automated processes for data collecting on the fly. So as we're combining, we'll be collecting yield data, moisture data, and bushel weight data.
The new combine will help continue Lakeland's study on the performance of various cereal crops.
We're doing a lot of varietal testing in cereals and pulse crops too, actually. So we're looking at the performance of different varieties in the region. We also have a very large suite of agronomic trials looking at things as diverse as fertility to herbicide performance, really in all major crop species.
The research allows local producers to see how certain types of crops perform in this environment, allowing them to gauge the performance of different crops.
Now it just made sense that the college stepped forward and took on this role to serve local producers, industry, and other researchers in Western Canada. And what really that does is for local producers, we can see how agronomic practices or varieties perform here. And it's not, even between here and Edmonton, that's not always the same. So this is really helping local producers and industry.
The new combine is expected to arrive in time for harvest in 2020. Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Centre. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Centre with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
And now we're going to take a look at your egg prices.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
Lloydminster will be taking center stage on the national level. This morning, Lloydminster Minor Hockey, along with Hockey Alberta and the City of Lloydminster and the Esso Cup, announced the Border City will play host to the Esso Cup tournament in 2021. Our Evan Kenny reports.
Lloydminster Minor Hockey, Hockey Alberta, Hockey Canada, and to host the 2021 Esso Cup. Congratulations, Lloyd.
CEO of Hockey Alberta, Rob Litwinski, announced today that the National Midget Girls Hockey Tournament will take place here. The Esso Cup is a tournament that brings the most elite 15 to 17-year-old girls from across the nation to compete. The Civic Centre will host a team from each the Pacific, Western, Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic divisions of Canada.
It's a great event. It's a 6-team event. It's a national championship. Great chance to showcase the girls that'll be on that team for that year. But as I mentioned in the press conference, it's also a chance to celebrate the female game. And we know that we've got a really strong association here in Lloydminster already.
Lloydminster's team, the PWM Steelers, compete in the Alberta Female Hockey League with 3-time Esso Cup winners, the St. Albert Slash. The chance of having 2 teams from Alberta in the tournament could be huge for women's hockey.
From corner to corner to corner to corner in Alberta, that there's girls that have an opportunity to play.
There's more upside to the tournament than just hockey.
The economic spin-offs are huge for the local economy. We're going to have people in our city for a week plus. There are going to be hotels, restaurants. They're going to be doing some retail shopping. You know, we're trying to put our city on the map, and this is certainly happening. And
I usually come to Lloydminster through my sporting days for losses, but today is definitely a big win.
Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here in St. Walburg talking about the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest, and Jenna Rutherford joins me once again. And now we did mention a little bit what will be happening here on Saturday, but now where can people find all this stuff here throughout town?
Well, down the main street here at the south end, we have our museum. And so that's where that demonstration is going to be going on. And then all down this street will be our car show and shine. And we kind of take up all down our main street and then branch off a little bit too. We have live entertainment beside our grocery store at our 4-way stop here, and we have a big gazebo in the center just to help direct people. And then our food court is just a street over.
And now you mentioned that live entertainment. What's some of the entertainment that will be performing and taking part here on Saturday?
Yeah, we have lots of local talent. We have a little 8-year-old girl who's getting brave on the stage. And then in the afternoon, we have Marty Bishop. And then we also have Bruce and the Midnight Ramblers, just to name a couple of them.
And I know we've talked a little bit off camera about how popular this event actually is. Now, what time should people come if they do want to, say, get stuff from the vendors or check out some of the blueberries as well?
Yeah, our pancake breakfast actually starts at 8 a.m. And that's a great way to get the day started. And it's at the parish center where the ethnic supper is the night before. And then all the vendors start selling at 9. So the blueberries start going on sale at 9, and they basically sell until they're out. So come as early as possible.
And now you also mentioned the supper we talked on Friday. There'll also be one on Saturday. So if people do want to attend those, are they still able to? And if so, how can they?
Yeah, for sure. The ethnic supper, you just buy your ticket when you show up, and that's where they have the 2 seatings. And then the Saturday night, the Royal Purple hosts an evening with dinner and entertainment, and you can still buy tickets. We still have lots for sale.
All right, thank you for this. We are going to have some more from back here once again in St. Walburg as we continue to preview the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest, which is very popular, happening here Friday evening and Saturday. So we're going to have some more back from here throughout the entire show. But before we get to that, we are going to head back into the studio.
Well, some showers and storms through the Lloydminster region overnight last night and continuing through the afternoon today. We saw that low and a cold front go through the region, so that's continuing to move off towards the east. It's very warm in through Saskatchewan today, temperatures into the mid and high 20s. That will provide the fuel for the severe thunderstorms in through that province. There were some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings in through parts of Saskatchewan today, southeast of North Battleford. But for Lloydminster, we are going to start to see the skies clear as that area of high pressure moves in from the west. And it will be a chilly start to your morning tomorrow, 5 degrees in the city and could be 3 degrees in Cold Lake. We have a new low that's moving in out of the west coast. This will bring some cloud for the afternoon tomorrow, and we could see a possible shower or storm overnight tomorrow night. So looking at the satellite radar map right now, here's all of that storm action that came through the city earlier. That is moving towards the east. Some pretty big storm cells as well. Severe thunderstorms, watches and warnings southeast of North Battleford from this afternoon. Just some clearing skies though, moving in from the west. Already seeing clear skies near Edmonton this hour. And looking at temperatures tomorrow, 24 in Macklin, 23 Provost, 22 Wainwright, 21 Vermilion, 21 Marwayne, 19 St. Paul, 20 in Bonnyville, 21 Maidstone, 20 St. Walburg, 21 Meadow Lake, and 21 in Green Lake. So the next 24 hours, we are going to see that system continuing its way off towards the east. Clear skies in through Alberta, moving in from the west though. So it should be an okay day for tomorrow, but there is going to be some possible showers and storms moving in from the west tomorrow overnight in Lloydminster, but could be a showery weekend as well. North Battleford, 7 p.m., 14 degrees, 80% chance of showers and storms, winds out of the northwest, 6 degrees for your overnight cloudy skies, and 20 degrees for the daytime high tomorrow, winds out of the southeast. Cold Lake 18 at 7 p.m., 13 or 3 degrees actually for the overnight, so that will be a chilly start as the skies clear, maybe near 0 degrees for some outlying areas, and 19 degrees for tomorrow. 17 at 7 p.m. in Lloydminster, 5 degrees for the overnight. Winds out of the northwest, they start to come around out of the southeast for tomorrow. Daytime highs reaching 20, 40% chance of that shower or storm overnight Friday and through Saturday. Showery for your weekend and 21 on Saturday, 19 Sunday, 16 Monday, 16 Tuesday, 18 Wednesday, and 20 on Thursday.
Once again, we are back here in St. Walburg, and we are talking about the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest happening here this Saturday. And Jano Rutherford joins you once again, and now we were talking a little bit off camera here about how there's fun for the whole family here this weekend, so you tell us about that.
Yeah, we have a kids zone we do every year, and this year actually Sandra Bannerman from Castro's Horse Rescue Retreat is running it, and so all the money raised will go to help the rescue organization, and we try to always give the opportunity to local groups just to raise money. We also have 2 different beer gardens set up in town, as well as extra entertainment, and then all of the vendors selling stuff, and there's a place at the senior center you can go have tea, you know, and have a piece of pie and just get out of the sun or get out of the crowds, I guess, right?
And now we also have talked a little bit about how big this is for the town, you know, big event. So where do people kind of come from and check this whole thing out here this weekend?
Yeah, our town goes from about 750 people to about 5,000 for the day. So it's busy in town, and we get people from all over the area. We've had people from Ontario, Manitoba, British Columbia, and obviously all over Saskatchewan, Alberta.
And now you talk about that growth here, how it swells to 5,000 here for the weekend. So what's the importance of having an event like this here for the town of St. Walburg?
It's really important. We've had it for 31 years, and it all started because the province wanted to promote small businesses and have festivals to do that, and St. Walburg did it, and they have continued on where other communities never did. So we're really happy that we can provide this entertainment for people and just a fun family day for everybody.
No, that's great to hear for sure. Now, once again, if people do want to come out either Friday evening, check all of the stuff out on Saturday, how can they do so?
You can come for is that what you mean for parking? Yeah. So we have parking all over town, obviously just being respectful of the residents that do live here, and be safe because town gets busy. So be careful.
All right, thank you for this. We are going to have some more from back here again as we continue to talk about the St. Walburg Blueberry Fest going on here this weekend. But before we get to that, we are going to head back into the studio.
Thanks, Eric. Now, our question of the day today is Burgers to Beat MS Day. What is the perfect side for a burger? Now, some of you guys said another burger, onion rings, poutine, and more onion rings. Now, what do you think is your favorite?
Probably fries. I normally just stick, that's like my go-to. I don't always finish it all, so I don't typically go for a bigger side. So fries or yam fries, and the occasional, sometimes I'll get onion rings.
I have to agree with you with the fries. I always like the kind of like Chipotle, something dip with the fries. I think it really adds on to it. Now, what do you say is something like really weird that you've seen other people potentially have?
I'm not really sure with burgers specifically. I've never really been thrown off by someone's choice of sides, because normally they go with a salad or, you know, fries is kind of like the go-to, or even chips.
Yeah, I think usually with burgers it's pretty like tame. There's nothing too crazy, at least that I've seen.
Yeah, exactly. You can really have whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing we would like to see is your pet. So look at your pet pictures. This is Chloe.
Just adorable.
Who came from playing with the grass.
Yeah.
And this is Ebony.
Oh, just so adorable.
Very
Got a Cocker Spaniel. Super cute.
And here is Ruby.
Oh, on an adventure walk. Very nice.
And this is Cowboy and Whiskey, 2 horses.
Very cute. Very beautiful.
I really like their fur, or manes, I
guess.
Yes. And this is Ruby, Sugar, and Bruni.
Very adorable. They look like they're about to get treats or maybe supper.
Yeah, exactly. Like their owner is holding up their like a treat or something.
Yeah.
And thanks for sending in your pet pictures to our Facebook page. And if you submit a picture, you can be entered to win a Pet Pad gift card at the end of the week.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Amanda Perry is back joining us, and it's been a while, Amanda. Thank you for being here, but I want to congratulate you on your latest addition to the family. Tell me about her.
Thank you. So yes, Maisie Lynn, she was born May 30th, weighing 8 pounds 9 ounces. She's about 11 weeks now, so she is such a good baby, and we're so thrilled that she joined our family.
Excellent. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, some of the other families around here may not have new additions, but they're getting ready to get into a routine because it is almost time for school. So I would like to talk about sleep, and especially for those who have a combination of kids in their home, kids who are maybe going to school and others who are still going to be staying home and not have to be as rigid in their routine. How do you get this all started?
Yeah, so you kind of have to think about your own family and what's going to work for your family. So of course, if you have little ones at home that aren't quite in school yet, they require more sleep, they still require naps. Whereas some of those kids are transitioning to go to kindergarten, you know, they were still napping maybe this summer, now they're ready to kind of drop those naps altogether. And that can be a little bit tricky, especially with starting school and they're learning new things, they're meeting new people, new routine. It can make them more tired. So I would suggest putting them to bed even earlier than you normally would, just to get them started off right. Those first few months of school are quite tiring on them. Same with a school-aged child. They require not as much sleep as the younger ones, but still lots. With older children, we think about the quality of sleep that they're getting versus the quantity. So we want to make sure that they are going to sleep in good time. Even putting them to bed a bit earlier can kind of help them get more of that quality sleep. We really want to focus on consistent bedtimes and awake times throughout the week as well as the weekend. So the weekend we like to kind of go to weddings or events and we stretch out those sleep times. It's okay to do that occasionally, but not to vary too much, from 1 to 2 hours of a sleep or bedtime and awake time for those kids.
And now over the summer, obviously, kids are going with relatives and then they're having sleepovers, and you know, it's really hard to keep a consistent bedtime. I'm sure most parents probably struggle and likely don't win. So now that we're so close to school, is it a time now where they should be trying to reduce, like if, you know, say if they're going to bed a lot later than they normally would, is now the time to start reducing that bedtime and trying to be firm about it?
Absolutely. Now is a great time to do it. A couple of weeks before school starts, just start slowly bumping that bedtime back to an ideal time that works for your family. Most children need between 9 and 13 hours of sleep a night. So that's a huge amount, and we want them to get that quality sleep. So if we want them to get about 10 hours, we'll want to make sure they're in bed enough time ahead of time for that. So you can slowly start putting the electronics to bed in the evening. That's a great idea, an hour before bed at least. And I always say get the house ready for bed. Turn down the lights in the evening, draw the blinds, and just do some quiet activities with the kids. A bath is a great way to get kids ready for bed. It helps kind of induce the sleepiness that they need to go to sleep. And it's something that's different in their daily routine that will signal to their body that bedtime's coming.
It's time to go to sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Amanda, if anybody would like more information on some of the things that you do and even just have questions, what's the best way to reach you?
So you can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, you can follow me there. Mostly you can phone or email. So my email is amandapre@mamacoach.ca. And yeah, just reach out to me there and ask your questions.
Okay, great. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
These berries are definitely not blueberries, but if you are looking for blueberries, the place to be is St. Walburg this weekend. It is their 31st annual Wild Blueberry Festival, and the party really gets started on Friday night with the ethnic supper and dance, and then Saturday, head out for the huge festival, which starts off with a pancake breakfast at 8 a.m., then the festival starts at 9. They've got a kids area. They are going to have antique machinery on hand. There's going to be a blacksmith demonstration. The museum's going to be open for you to check out. A car show and shine. And of course, blueberries. You'll be able to purchase blueberries in St. Walburg as well. And I've been told that you can also buy fresh pie on every corner. So if you're hunting for blueberries, the hunt ends in St. Walburg this weekend. Whether your background is part Irish, or maybe you're Jamaican or Filipino or Ukrainian, all these different cultures are going to be celebrated this weekend at Lloyd Fest here at Bud Miller Park. This is the place to be Saturday morning at 11:30 for their opening ceremonies. And then this is where the huge parade is going to wind up and where all the fun is going to happen. There's going to be a kids area. There's going to be an opportunity to try out different foods. There's going to be crafts. There's going to be cultural artifacts. There's going to be a lot of great music as well. So hopefully you can head to Bud Miller Park this weekend to check out Lloyd Fest. Coming up this weekend at the Kit Scotty Hall, the Yellowhead Gospel Jamboree will take over both Saturday and Sunday. Activities run from noon until 6 both days. Admission is free, although donations are gratefully accepted. And you've got a chance to hear some great music from folks like Kenny Mack, Potter's Clay, 3 & Company, and so much more. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klegus, and that's what's happening.
Heather Klegus is joining us today. Heather, normally hosting the morning show on Real Country, but because you're not busy enough, we've got you adding something else to the list. You're helping organize the Terry Fox Run. Tell me about that.
The Terry Fox Run is coming up on Sunday, September 15th this year, and I'm really looking forward to it once again this year because people in the community, they're always so generous and they always come out to support this great cause.
Now, at this point you said you don't really need any volunteers, but we're trying to get people to come out and understand a little bit more about the run, the fact that it's not so stringent. You don't have to do a run, you don't have to do 10K, correct?
Exactly. Like, it's called the Terry Fox Run, and it is 5 kilometers, but if you can't run 5 kilometers, you don't have to. You can walk 5 kilometers, you can stroll 5 kilometers. Last year we had folks who, they came out to Bud Miller Park and they did maybe 1 or 2 laps around the lake, and they said that's enough, and we said, you know what, that's fine. It was great that you came out to show your support for this great cause, and you know what, families are welcome. So if you want to bring the kids out, bring the kids out. They don't have to go 5 kilometers. You go as far as you want, walk as long as you want. We'd just love to see you out there.
And what time does registration start, and where is the registration table?
Registration will begin at 9 a.m. and we're going to be set up in front of the park center, so kind of where the Canada flag is.
Right, okay.
That's where we'll have volunteers there ready to sign you in and take donations if you have them with you. And then we're going to get the run and walk started at 10 a.m. that day. And we're usually done by noon because that's usually when most people have completed their run, their walk, however far they want to go.
Now, if you want to get involved ahead of time and start collecting donations now, what's the best way to do that, Heather?
There's 2 great ways to do it. Online, terryfox.org, because then that way you can email maybe people who you don't see every day and get those donations online, and some people just don't carry cash. So it's a great way to get that donation. If you're not comfortable going online, you can come and see us here at the studios. Upstairs in the lobby, we've got pledge forms. So you can pick up one of those, take it to your coworkers, your friends, whoever, and get them to pledge you.
Now, one thing with this event, because it's been going on for so long, people know of it, but there are still some people, I think, who feel, okay, well, I can't run, I can't walk, but you can still take just donations as well, correct?
Exactly. One of the things that Terry Fox wanted to make sure happened, and part of his legacy, is that this is open to everybody. It is all inclusive. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your abilities, and there's no minimum amount that you need to fundraise. If you just want to come out and walk and show your support, you can do that. If you bring us $1, that's fantastic. If you bring us $20, that's fantastic. It's completely up to you. It's all inclusive. We just want to see you out there.
Okay, once again, Heather, before we go, the date, location, time, and also where people can get information.
Sunday, September the 15th at Bud Miller Park. Registration will be at 9. The walk and run will start at 10. And if you want more information, you can go to realcountrylloydminster.ca or you can go to terryfox.org.
Okay, well, thank you, Heather. Thank you for doing this. I know there's so many community events that need to be people organizing and such. It's nice to see you step up because everybody knows who you are already anyways, and you seem to be at everything. So thank you for doing this, and we look forward to seeing you at the Terry Fox Run.
And thank you for helping us to get the word out. We appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Daytime temperatures reaching 20 in the city tomorrow. However, it will be a chilly start to the day at 5 degrees as we see the skies clear, maybe near 0, the freezing point for some regions overnight tonight. There's that chance of a shower and storm in through the overnight Friday and through Saturday. 21 on Saturday, 19 Sunday, 16 Monday, 16 Tuesday. Could see a storm on Tuesday, 80% chance, 18 Wednesday, and 20 on Thursday.
Once again, we are back here in St. Walburg, and we've been talking about their Blueberry Fest coming up here this weekend, the 31st one, in fact. And we also mentioned a little bit, talking with Jana earlier, about how this town, it does expand here. It goes from just under 800 people all the way up to 5,000 for an event like this. So it's a pretty big draw for the town and a pretty unique event as well. There'll be tons of different stuff to do here Friday as well as Saturday. It goes all day. They do have live entertainment, including some locals, as well as an 8-year-old girl who will be performing, which is pretty cool to see as well. And again, we did mention those museums will be open. They will be also having some demonstrations, blacksmithing demonstration in fact. And again, we did say those museums. They do have the Chuck Wagon Museum here, as well as this museum close to the downtown area where all the other stuff will be going on here throughout the day. So that's all we'll have from here tonight. Now we'll go back to the studio and they'll wrap up tonight's newscast.